प्रणाम भारत। मैं उस भारत से आता हूं जिसके होठों पे गंगा और हाथों में तिरंगा है। वो भारत जो कभी सत्यम शिवम सुंदरम, कभी वंदे मातरम और कभी पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा है। मैं उस भारत से आता हूं जो ठुकराए हुए लोगों की शरण स्थली बन जाता है और 7 समंदर पार परदेसियों को भी सिस्टर्स एंड ब्रदर्स कह के बुलाता है।
जिया चले जा चले, जिया चले जा चले, नैनु तले धुआं चले
പുഞ്ചിരി തഞ്ചിക്കൊഞ്ചിക്കോ മുന്തിരി മുത്തൊളി ചിന്തിക്കോ മഞ്ചണി വർണ്ണ ചുന്ദരി വാവേ തങ്കിണ്ണക്ക തകതിമിയാടും തങ്കനിലാവേ ഹോയ് പുഞ്ചിരി തഞ്ചിക്കൊഞ്ചിക്കോ മുന്തിരി മുത്തൊളി ചിന്തിക്കോ മഞ്ചണി വർണ്ണ ചുന്ദരി വാവേ തങ്കിണ്ണക്ക തകതിമിയാടും തങ്കനിലാവേ
जिया चले जा चले, नैनु तले धुआं चले रात भर धुआं चले, जानू ना सकेरी। जिया चले जा चले, नैनो तले धुआं चले रात भर धुआं चले, जानू ना सकेरी। जिया जले जा जले।
मेरा भारत प्रेम का पुण्य लोक, अहिंसा का जन्म स्थान है, लेकिन नारी का अनादर हो जाए तो हमारा बच्चा बच्चा हनुमान है। पढ़ो हमारा इतिहास जो हमारे मस्तक पर छपा है। एक दुशासन ने हमारी बेटी का आंचल खींच लिया, हमने 100 भाइयों की चिता जला दी। एक रावण ने हमारी मां का हरण किया, हमने पूरे राक्षस कुल की लंका लगा दी। मैं उस भारत से आता हूं जो ना कभी रुका, ना झुका, ना डरा है। मैं उस भारत से आता हूं जो वीरता की वसुंधरा है। मैं उस भारत से आता हूं जो शांति का पहला शंखनाद और मानवता का अंतिम आसरा है।
వెళ్ళిపోయాగా ఉప్పు తొలగిపోయిందే చిన్నమ్మ నట్టనడి రాత్రిలో నవ్వు మొక్క విచ్చిందే చిట్టమ్మ ఉదయం వరకు పోరాడిన రుధిరంలోనే నడయాడిన గట్టిపోత కత్తిందే దుఃఖమంతా ధూళిందే వెతికి ఆకాశం చిరు జల్లులు కురియును మన కోసం ఎగరో మరిగే శోకం అంతా నేడు తెప్పలెక్కిపోయాక ఉప్పు తొలగిపోయిందే చిన్నమ్మ నట్టనడి రాత్రిలో నవ్వు మొక్క విచ్చిందే
So put your hands together for the founder. Where is our founder? He's gonna make a grand entry. Allah Ayodhya Ramireddy Garu, may I call you upon this stage. Well, Mr. A.R.R. Allah Ramireddy is here. Okay, can you all sincerely give a standing ovation for the man who made it all possible for the last 28 years, sir? What a visionary that you are. You know, how many people are happy and, you know, we are able to eat because of the vision that you had 28 years ago. Thank you very much for who you are. I don't want to put things in words, but altogether, I know you want me to call somebody here. Can we have on stage the entire next generation? Aparna, Sharan, Ishan, Pavan, Abhiram, Meghna to join us on this stage, along with the management team as well. Nanda Kishore, Tarak Rajesh, Jitendra, Sarad Babu, and Ramakrishna sir.
Very good evening, friends. Thank you, Viru Bhai. Thank you for being with us to bless this occasion. And all my dear friends, my partners, my stakeholders, my colleagues, and I want my wife Dakshayani also to come on the dais. You know me, but few of them who traveled with me since 1983-84 are also here. I want to thank everyone in building this Ramky story, dedicating this group in nation building with a clear clarity for every one of us that nation is first. Desh pehle sabse. And we are proud of this great country. I'm telling you from bottom of my heart, I have traveled across the globe But this is the country, this is this Punya Bhumi, Deva Bhumi. And everything here is with something, ages together, we have inherited our Sanatana Dharam. Everywhere, we looked at the entire universe as one. We believed in several fundamentals through our Vedas. So we all have to be proud to have born in a great country like us, like India. So this country, when we look back, for years together, we had problems, but almost 75 years ago, we got our independence. Most of you, are born, after independence. My grandmother used to tell me that pre-independent times, the type of basic problems most of our countrymen faced were very, very, basic things we did not have. So that was the time, but we had great values and principles, which, in spite of several past problems, but they never lost those basic principles and values. On those principles, we were brought up from our early ages. Our grandmothers, our grandfathers, my father, late Dasarath Ramareddy garu, my mother, Veeraraghavamma garu, they all have taught us only one thing: never forget dharma. Build anything and everything around that. So with those principles, I got educated and they gave me all the support. And then, I became an engineer. So the journey, I'll just take 5 minutes to tell what we have reached so far. I believed in this country, and I felt after I became an engineer, I thought I must build something for my country. So it was very early days. Knowledge was our investment, nothing else. Coming from a rural background, not even exposed to better education, but whatever we have learned on our own, we practiced. But the vision was very clear. We have to become something big and serve the nation. In this journey, through this knowledge that we have acquired, we have built these 4-5 companies at one time. The journey for Ramky Estates is not just 28 years. I was just telling Sharon in the morning. It's not 28 years. It is 10 years prior to that. The foundation started then. So 1983-84 was the time, so which means almost 40 years of journey in which, we have built this empire, which always believed again nation first. So looking back, that the fundamentals that we have put around the infrastructure sector, environmental sector, the real estate and farming sector, and the pharmaceutical sector, and then advisory and consultancy. If you look at all these 5 areas, we believed that, because I felt that from the beginning, if we have to reach a scale and we have to get into the next level of its growth, while the promoters are there on one side, certainly the professionals have to lead. In India, it was not that easy, especially in sectors where we were. So for that, a lot of effort has to go in. The promoter is a different animal. He comes out with his own thinking, thought process. Professionals comes with their own problems because they were not exposed to the risks are problems that, you know, that's the reason they were not wanting to get into the entrepreneurial journey. They wanted less risk. Promoter want to take risk. So those risks and those days were good. The sectors where we were good. The timing was good. The country, India, was good, where it was started just developing. So we had good times, but at the same time, couple of times we also got into problems. But thanks to my family who stood by me, and also thanks to my professional friends actually, who actually stood by me, believed in me, and supported me in driving this organization and this entire group to the next level of its growth. So now this is the time where I have now taken back seat as a shareholder. The day when this group has achieved a reasonable size and scale and recognition. So now I took a call that now I have to be in a different format. I have to go into, I have to step out. So both my children, Sharon and Ishan, have stepped in to the shareholders role, and they are now going to be, it is also an occasion for me to introduce both my children to come forward. That they are going to take over from me as the true shareholders, and they will be driving this group to next level of its growth. One certainly focusing on Indian operations and another one focusing on international operations. I am sure both of them are going to really take it to the next level. Also, my brother's children, come. Pavan, Abhiram, both of them, and Meghna, surely, they're also there supporting the kids. They're all together as one family and trying to take this group to next level. Again, all Aparna is there, my brother's daughter, who is like my daughter. She is helping. She's with the Ramky Estates as a true professional. I mean it actually. She never felt she's part of the shareholder family. Given a chance, she will go and stand that side. So that's the type of character with which these people, my children have all grooming up. So I want all of you to help them in taking this journey to next level. I always believed, my grandmother told me one thing, that anything we build for ourselves, if you build a house, it is for 100 years. If you build a temple, it is for 1,000 years. If you build a city, it is for 10,000 years. That is the vision with which we must operate. I'm sure these children will carry the same values and the vision provided by our elders, my grandparents, and I'm sure these children will take it to next level. Again, it will. Now, Ganesh is there, my nephew, come. Shravya, my daughter-in-law, she has just entered our house. We are all very proud of her. And again, of course, Dakshayani, come forward, Miranta. Bhavya, please come, beta. So, these are all actually, this is a great occasion for me to introduce all of them. So, they're all going to be there, associated with this group to next level. So, as I told, this side. All these gentlemen actually, most of you know them. So, they all stood by me and this group. So, now I wanted to tell you a few things, about Sharon has touched India's success story. You all know this. Just 1 minute I want to tell, and what sort of a growth opportunity we are going to see for the country. As you know, we are just close to a 4 trillion economy, 4 trillion US dollar economy, and in next 25 years, we are going to go into 40 trillion US dollar economy. Next 25 years, which means we will be among the top 2 developed nations in the world. We will be certainly second largest economy. So what does it mean? This generation, so last 35 years, 40 years journey was one step, but the next 25 years journey is going to be the next step. In this journey, I am assuring all my stakeholders that as a family, we are very strong here. As a professional team, I can tell they are all ready to be part of this 4 trillion to 40 trillion journey to serve this nation. Very clear plans for each of our company. If you look at the infrastructure spending that is going to come from Government of India, just from Government of India alone, is 1,000 lakh crores in next 25 years. Which means every year on an average they are going to spend 40 lakh crores. Almost आज का हमारा budget का number है वो. So which means India's infrastructure story for next 25 years is going to be fantastic. So Ramky Infra as a group is ready for that. Coming to environmental company, you know, everyone talks of net zero today. Carbon sinking, carbon capturing. So everywhere, we are going into a world actually, 1920 to 2020, we have seen one type of world. 2020 to 2120, we are going to see another type of world where carbon is going to be completely eliminated. So for that, actually Ramky Enviro, is really gearing up, and they are really spreading across the world, to really make India, India's presence felt. So towards that, it's really working it out. Coming to the estates, Ramky estates, if you see, most of the Indian earnings today, is roughly 2,500 USD per annum. So if you look at per capita income, so average per capita income, so it is going to be there. So this is going to add on. But if you look at the best part is the household debt to the GDP for India is just 18-19%. Compared to the Chinese, if you look at, we compare always with China, they almost reached 50%. So there is a huge opportunity for us, for Indians to leverage on their individual balance sheets. So what does it mean? It means a lot of money is going to be pumped in. In that, housing is going to be one of the major important area. So this is going to be very good. So I'm telling that anybody and everybody associated with the real estate, there is a huge opportunity. Everyone can really look at, and also the insurance sector also is going to we have just penetrated 2-3%. There is a huge opportunity to go there. So a lot of money is going to come into these sectors through insurance. So same wise pharmaceuticals, there is a lot of green manufacturing that we are envisaging, and also the advisory, consultancy, investments. We are trying to take it really very big. So from a 10,000 crore revenue enterprise, we are now planning to go multi-fold. Again, similar dream. What we have dreamt, 30 years ago, 28 years ago, now I am telling all the shareholder team and also the professional team let's be ready to be part of the next 25 years India's growth story. How much more you wanted to really take it? I challenged Gautam Reddy the other day. Come on, let us plan how you can be the world's largest environmental company. What makes you, how can you believe in it? How can you make it happen? I must tell you, when I was telling some of the numbers 40 years ago, 35 years ago, 20 years ago, 10 years ago, A lot of my friends did not believe in it. But I always believed, I know that this country has the opportunity and it is really going to go there. So similar way, housing also. I am telling Nandakishore that he must build sustainable living. Certainly every element of his construction and also his operation has to go through the sustainability standards. We need to plan everything in that direction. So I'm sure he is planning around that. Similar way for pharmaceuticals and infrastructure also. Infrastructure also we are going into a completely different model whereby we want to ensure that urban solutions, because India is going to become a lot of urbanized. So there is going to be so much pressure that is going to come on the urban infrastructure. So I'm telling all my people to get ready for that. Same thing, manufacturing also has to go up multifold in India. Service sector, we are doing decent, as you know. Infrastructure is growing up, so no issues. So industrial investments is going to go up big time. To suit that, again, sustainability in industrial solutions. These are the two major pillars around which infrastructure is also going to grow this company, infrastructure company. So with all these things, we are really planning big time. This was my vision. My vision now through who are again now building their leaders, next level of leadership. They are trying to plan it out, and I am very confident they are going to make it big. I need all of your support in this journey. Only one caution I have told them, this time. When I started, as I told, everything was good. But today, let us understand few problems. The entire world has become, like one village. The communication is so fast. We used to manage all the stakeholders by balancing, even though we had some problems, there was a method of communicating. But all that we have lost out today because of the global networking that has happened. So every advantage has equal and opposite disadvantage. So keeping that in mind, I told them, don't take some certain risks. You can risk on the business with your knowledge, intelligence, and also whatever, reach, whatever you can. But I told them, debt and equity, especially the debt element has become very, very difficult. So don't try to expose yourself to too much debt. In fact, it's not just for them, but for all of my friends here. I want that the leveraging around yourself has to be very planned and very effective and very cautious. This is what now I have conveyed it to my team. So with that, okay, then some of them ask me, how do we grow without money? Paise ke bina kaise? That is what we have to start thinking. I don't say without money, but with a little money, we have to plan out on, how the return on equity has to be, how the return on capital employed has to be, what are our ratios have to be. So all these things, for all these things, we have to have the bigger understanding and the perspective. That is what one side, the professional managers, and the another side, family, the shareholders. Both of them have to be educated. Continuous learnings have to happen. So this is where actually I always say personal, professional, social, spiritual life balancing has to come. So I kept on telling them, and I am sure most of them have started believing and started working on that. So with all these things, now this company, if we have to become a $40 trillion economy, India, so now there have to be hundreds and thousands of Ramky groups have to emerge from this country. So for that, again, we have to be, the moment you are becoming a size, you have to be a lot more careful and cautious. So I am wanting to tell my friends, to all of you, that I ensured this journey so far is, with all the difficulties, also very cautious and carefully we have brought in. We believed in the Indian culture and values, low profile conservatism, same principles I am assuring you that these children are going to bring in as shareholders. And at the same time, these professional teams who believed in me and my vision for sectors and the country, and also the philosophy in which we have to run the businesses, I think it is completely aligned, and I wanted to, I'm very proud to tell you that Ramky Estates and Farms Limited has become one of the very few companies, as Nandkishore rightly said, which is a professionally managed company. Just the shareholders are completely behind, and only on the risk areas they try and come and support them. So with this sort of this thing, there is a huge opportunity for a employee to think like a owner, employee to really mean that I am the true owner of this organization. If we can provide that sort of a conducive environment and the opportunity, then we can create great leaders in this country. And with that sort of a leadership only, the country can go into next level of its growth. I also tell my teams, both family and also professionals, that never get afraid of anything. डरने का नहीं है, किसी के लिए भी डरने का नहीं है. हमारा सोच बड़ा होना चाहिए. हमारा बैकग्राउंड एंड हमारा देश एंड हमारा कल्चर जो है उसके ऊपर हमको प्राउड होना चाहिए. एंड हमको कभी भी डरना नहीं चाहिए. एंड हमको कितना कठिनाई भी होने दीजिए, हमारा काम धर्म है. हमारा काम हमारा धर्म है. आई केप्ट ऑन टेलिंग ऑल माय पीपल, धर्म अर्थ काम मोक्ष. धर्मार्थ काम मोक्ष should be the 4 pillars of our growth, of this group's growth and this company's growth. And with all these things, I just wanted to once again tell all of you that please help this company and this group take it to next level of its growth. And in that journey, I can only assure you that everyone here are standing by with the principles and the values what the founders have taught us. And with these things, actually, the professionals are running it. So very, very rare thing to see in, in these sectors, actually. So I want all of your help and support. I also wanted to tell you finally that my journey as an entrepreneur is coming to an end. I am going to step back completely from this financial year onwards, completely and available as a mentor to various entrepreneurs that this country is producing. So I want to tell very clearly, apart from the political position that I have taken in making policies for my country, in making law for my country, which is going to make the country proud on every leadership vision that is being built for this nation at a states level and the central level, and to make India a proud country in the world. I am taking up my journey in building entrepreneurs and making good law and policies for the infrastructure sector, environmental sector, and the industry sector. So with that sort of a vision, my journey for next, I'm just entered 60 now, next 40 years, I wanted to serve the nation, with that sort of outreach and outlook. For that, I want the help and support from my family and the professional managers, because I believe that this company, is just only 40 years old now, this group. So this group minimum 100 years, so another 60 saal hai, so beyond me another 20 years. So for that, they both have the major responsibility to lay the foundation in such a way that this organization grows beyond. And for all that, I need all of your support, blessings, hand-holding, and believing that we can all make it big and we will be part of the pride Indian success story. That is what actually I wanted to tell all of my friends. Thank you for being with me and all of our family this evening. It's a great moment for all of us, and especially Ramky Estates. Actually today it is their function, while we brought in the entire, the group talent and teams here. But I must compliment Nandakishore and his Ramky Estates team for really making it big. What we have seen so far is only just 10% of the story. The way they are planning it out, I am very confident that each of the company is going to compete among themselves. In that, I wish Ramky Estates should lead all of us. Sharon told the first few earnings are from estates, Ramky Estates. Whatever we have earned there that has added, I completely agree with him. Those beginnings we will never forget. So this company, I am confident you will keep on further giving money, more and more money for other businesses also to grow. So with all that, I once again thank you, ladies and gentlemen, being with us this evening to bless us. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. That's very deep, very emotional, and very touching. Yeah. And I must say, he's a people's person.
So, ladies and gentlemen, can we have a huge round of applause for Shri Ayudaram Reddy Garu? May we also take this moment to thank all our partners, all our business partners, Mr. Habib, who is here, Mr. Ramesh Reddy Garu, Mr. S.S. Reddy Garu, also Pratima Reddy Madam, Salim Sharif Saab, all our landowners who have been here. Thank you. You've all been a wonderful supporter for Ramky Estates, and we'll keep continuing growing. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your vision and direction. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Sir, you said you're going to enter into mentorship. Looking forward for that. We youngsters need mentorship, and mentorship. Thank you, sir. All right. The wait is no more. Sorry, Paji, for keeping you waited, but I have come prepared with a kick-ass intro for you. The legendary, the fearless batsman that ever played cricket, who has transformed how one should play cricket, and who has instilled hope in all the cricket lovers out there. And what a nightmare you were for the bowlers and for the captains across the world. And he is one and only legendary who cracked the 300-run barrier twice. Ladies and gentlemen, twice. And he has revolutionized how opening batsmen should be. Words fall short. Put your hands together for legendary Virender Sehwag ji, the greatest Indian cricket player.